today's sermon. It's going to be a different approach to take a kind of critical critique of sermons as a reflection of our cultural context here. You might say the sermons are a very Western, meaning like Western side of the world, Western philosophy construct. If you think about it, you know, when you give a sermon, when you hear a sermon, it's a very linear thing. It's very spelled out, very analytical, and it's basically that I'm going to tell you, what to think, and hopefully you'll pick up what I'm saying. So, at Drew, they would be saying that it's a very hierarchical, authoritative way of doing things. So, in an effort to be more international, this is going to be a little bit more Eastern, this sermon, maybe a little Zenish if you want to think about it like that, just in an effort for you to apply it more to yourself individually, and that maybe God would speak more specifically to you by what we're going to do here. So I'm going to ask for your participation. This is the way of getting you to pay attention and not fall asleep, because you're going to have to give me some feedback a little bit. But, so, we'll try it. Basically, I want to take a good hard look at the passage that Fedora read, which is the scripture about Namaan. Now, does anybody, just for a little context here, it's pretty interesting. Does anybody know where Aram, the country from that Namaan is from? Does anybody know where that country is in today's terms? No? Okay, it turns out that Aram is Syria, basically, which is interesting for all the things that are going on in Syria. So Namaan was the general of ancient Syria, and they were bigger than Israel, which was a small, like Judah. Israel was just in the north. So they were threatened by Aram, and we can see that Aram sometimes made raids into Israel, and they were somewhat of a threat to them. So let's take it from there. Namaan, commander of the army of the king of Aram, was a great man, and I favorite with his master, because by him the Lord would give victory to Aram. The man, though a mighty warrior, suffered from leprosy. The Arameans, on one of the raids, had taken a young girl captive from the land of Israel, and she served Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, this is the servant girl talking, she said, "If only my lord," meaning Namaan, "were with the prophet who is in Samaria," a prophet, like a rapper or something, a prophet, doesn't even need a name, "he would cure him of his leprosy." Wow. So, we're going to think about this servant girl here. So does anybody notice anything about the servant girl? What do you think about her action there to say to her mistress, if your husband went all the way over to his enemies in Israel, there's a prophet there that can cure him. This is a serious thing, leprosy is probably one of the biggest things in life that he's got to deal with, of course. So, what does anybody think? Anybody got courage? Courage. So, she's got a lot of courage. Why do you say she's got courage?
Well, she was taken as basically a slave, actually, in war. So she's talking to the wife of her enemy, and she's enslaved to them. She has to serve.
Right.
She doesn't have freedom to leave. But she's saying, hey, we got something you need.
Right. We got something better. Right, so she's got courage because hey, if it didn't work out, what about that? What if it didn't work out when Namaan went there? What would happen to her? She in big trouble. What do you say? Yeah, she might be killed. At least, she would have serious repercussions. So she's got courage, but she's also got what? To say that he should go over there and he's going to be cured. She's got a lot of what? Faith. She's got a lot of faith. All right, good. Let's just I was doing this yesterday with some friends of mine. They kept going with all the wrong answers. You guys are better. All right, I'm just kidding. No, listen, as we're going through this, I want to, don't want capital letters. I want to just remind you that, like I said, it's individual. So you might see something that's totally different than I guess how God speaks. Anything else about the servant girl? Anything else you noticed about her?
She shows not only courage and faith, but also cunning.
Cunning what?
She's trying to ingratiate herself with these masters and gain favor with them by sharing a favor.
Oh, so she knows something good and she's being like a good
Yeah, maybe she can improve her status by doing them a favor or something like that.
Interesting. So we'll put, like Lincoln said, cunning. Can everybody, am I doing an okay job? Can everybody see that? If you can read my handwriting, you're very patient. The only thing I have to see in grammar school. It's a true story. Okay, so there's the servant girl. And now if somebody, Lincoln, maybe you could help me out here. I don't want to put it in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you if you can take this up with that key. Maybe just right from the pulpit there so people can see it. Thanks. Okay, so we got the servant girl. So don't forget her. Keep her in mind. Now, let's move on. Where's that little clicker? So I don't have to. I'm doing better walking because of little progress here. Okay. Okay. So Namaan went in and told his lord, the king of Aram, just what the girl from the land of Israel had said. And the king of Aram said, "Go there, and I'll send you along a letter to the king of Israel." He went, taking with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, 10 sets of garments. He brought the letter to the king of Israel. So Namaan goes to the king of Israel, who is not really his friend. And the letter read, "When this letter reaches you, know that I, the king of Aram, the king of Syria, have sent you my servant Namaan, that you may cure him of his leprosy." When the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his clothes and said, "Am I God? To give death or life? Did this man send word to me to cure a man of his leprosy? Just look and see how he's trying to pick a quarrel with me." So, he's not too happy. The king of Israel is not too happy. So, what can you tell me about the king of Israel? Go ahead. Jump on out there. Anybody? What do you think about him? Or what do you think about his reaction? What is it?
Proud.
He's proud. Okay. King of Israel. He's proud.
Suspicious, maybe?
Suspicious. Yeah, he's suspicious.
Yeah, he sees it as a political move. This is some sort of, the enemy, the big enemy coming to me, this little king, and expecting me to do some sort of miracles. Now, one thing we need to realize is just how loathsome skin diseases of any kind were at this time. So, it's like, nobody, everybody knows how much they shunned lepers.
And obviously a big challenge, not cured easily. You can see that from his reaction. Right, so he's suspicious. What else? What else do you see in him talking about his enemy? What's in the back of his mind? He's thinking that what? That this is really kind of like Abby was saying. He's thinking, what's he seeing in his future? Maybe war, exactly. He's seeing war. So I'm going to put down, he's got some fear. Because it's a kind of negative perspective, he's like, he won't take it, like Patty said, he won't take it at face value, he's sort of negative. Okay.
And he tore his clothes. That's usually what you do if you're a Jew, if you're mourning. You tear your clothes and throw on sackcloth and ashes. So he's halfway mourning already that this is terrible, something horrible's happening.
Wow. So he's definitely negative. Okay, good, thank you. All right, King of Israel. So let's keep him in mind with that reaction. And I guess Lincoln, I should have told you to sit on close. Guess when you thought you could kick back while your mom was Naomi. Yeah, or maybe right there. Let's see if I can keep it going across. Okay, so Namaan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. So now we get to Elisha. When Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes, he sent a message to the king. "Why have you torn your clothes? Let him come to me, that he may learn that there is a prophet in Israel." So that's Elisha for you. These guys are great. And he's talking to his king, of course, nothing like prophets.